Need a boost? Sometimes all it takes is tapping into your inner cool. Icebreaker's gum helps you unleash the confidence within. Each chew releases a rush of icy flavor powered by cooling flavor crystals, sending a wave of refreshment to reinvigorate all your senses. Icebreaker's convenient pack fits everywhere, from car cup holders to backpack pockets, so you can find your cool wherever you go. Grab Icebreaker's gum online or at a store near you.
These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Elena.
And this is Morbid.
This is morbid.
It's very dreary today.
It's a very fall, gloomy day, and I love it.
Oh yeah, it's gloomalicious.
Yesterday was even more fall.
Yeah, yesterday was like super duper fall.
Peak fall.
And then the day before that, I was driving around at night and I was like, it looked like the 90s outside. It looked like 90s fall to me.
I love when it looks like the 90s. Yesterday to me looked like the 90s.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? Even today looks a little bit like the 90s.
It does look a little like the 90s. I just long for a simpler time.
Yeah, I have that word that we looked up like probably a couple days ago that I don't remember, but I have it.
We have that.
We have the nostalgia.
Or you have that, and I just
you have just regular nostalgia.
Have sadness for the time that I can't.
What's the word? Back. It started with an A. You're probably yelling it at me.
Yeah,
but I don't feel like looking it up right now. We're tired.
It's been a tiring week.
Yeah.
We always have, something going on.
There's always somebody in the hospital.
There's always somebody in the hospital.
Everything's fine.
It's always my mom.
Period.
She's okay.
She's fine.
She's okay.
She had the pneumonia.
Yeah, she had pneumonia, which is not great to get when you're like almost 80.
No, it was freaking me out because Ma is Diane
Keaton.
Diane Keaton and Ma are the same person, I think.
They are.
Like they look so much alike.
They remind me of each other a lot.
So when Ma got diagnosed with pneumonia, I was like really beside myself for a minute there.
Yeah, she was in the hospital for over a week, so it's been a lot, but things are good now.
She's doing better. She's home.
Just trying to get her on the road to recovery.
On the up and up.
But
I'm going to make her some pastina.
Let me tell you. I don't know if we've mentioned this. I'm sure we have.
People want my recipe.
Okay, I'm going to say it again for everybody in the back.
Tell them.
I fully believe that Ash has magical pastina that can cure what ails you.
I do. Thank you.
I have this bitch make me this pastina. I don't even have her do it. She just says, You want my pastina?
I know when
She just
somebody
knows.
requires. I said it to one of your kids today, and her eyes, she isn't feeling well. Her eyes lit up, and she was like, she nodded
And it's
emphatically.
like one of my kids has like just one of those small little like, cold and flu season viruses. Like she's completely fine.
I think it was just like dry.
Yeah, literally. It's probably allergies, to be honest. But, everybody needs a little health day.
Yeah.
So she was home and Ash told her she would make the pastina and she was like, yes. Like, hell yeah.
And then they go to Maz.
It cured my COVID. It was the only thing I would eat after neurovirus.
Yeah.
Like, it's a delicacy.
Thank you.
It's a delicacy.
Tis I, Stregonona.
It's true. I love that pastina.
I'm just like I posted it the other day. I don't know if you saw it. I think I'm a kitchen witch.
I think you are too.
You know how everybody's like a certain kind of witch?
Yeah.
I'm a kitchen witch.
I think you are.
And
that pastina alone.
Thank you. Well, and I like to do like simmer pots and like
Yeah.
that kind of thing,
No, I think you are.
Thanks. I'm going to make an apple crisp today too.
Oh, hell
yeah. Let's record this because I got to get baking.
I know. I want to get bacon too because I haven't made my pumpkin loaf this year yet. And I always make one.
Please make that today.
Yeah. And I know Ma likes that too, Ma and Papa. So
I will trade you pastina for pumpkin loaf.
Oh, yeah. I will do that.
We will trade the pea dishes.
And today is it's the day before Halloween.
Yeah.
And I have been trying to make a super spooky lunch for the girls every single day this week.
You've been killing
over
it.
the top spooky.
What'd you do today?
I was running out of ideas, but I really hit it out of the park today. I think.
Let's say what you already did. First,
So let's see. So on Monday,
mummy pizzas.
I did an everything bagel, but I made it like a pizza bagel, but I made it look like mummies.
That was cool.
I should post pictures of these because they're real cute.
Yeah.
And they're very easy to do.
This bitch is giving Pinterest mom, but she's the gothiest goth.
I like to wake up early, so that's when I do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's fun.
Then you did Frankenstein wraps.
I did Frankenstein wraps, which was just a spinach wrap, and I put hummus, cucumbers, carrot, like matchstick carrots, apples, and like a little bit of like spinach in there.
Yummy.
And I did like garlic hummus because they love that. And I just wrapped it up like a burrito. And then I took a food marker that I got on Amazon. You can get them.
Get them.
And I drew Frankenstein on it because it was green.
I can only imagine all the moms out there listening to this right now. Like, yeah, Lena, my fucking kid's not going to eat matchstick carrots, red peppers, apple slices, and garlic hummus.
Let me, before I come off as like, my children will eat that. They will eat that. But let me tell you,
won't really eat anything else.
It's been like one of my kids is not picky at all. Mm-hmm. She will eat anything. She will try anything. She'll tell you if she doesn't like it, but she will always try it. Mm-hmm. And she's pretty open with shit. My other one, 50-50. And sometimes she's going to try it. Sometimes she's not. Sometimes she likes it. Sometimes she doesn't. She's the one you don't really know, but you have a shot.
It's a toss-up.
My youngest...
Nothing.
Is in the pickiest phase I have ever been through.
And her favorite thing to do right now is to tell you something you made looks disgusting.
Yeah, and she'll try to like kind of couch it because she'll be like
blow.
She'll be like, oh, it looks disgusting, but maybe it tastes good. Yeah. And I'm like, that's an awful thing to say.
She told me my apple crisp looked, and she literally goes, that looks disgusting.
And then she loved it.
And
she says it. She's like, it looks gross, but it tastes really good. She says that about my sweet potato streusel.
Damn, girl.
But yeah, so it's that for some reason, that wrap, though it happens to have a mix of things that they all do love cucumbers and carrots.
There you go.
And they love a hummus.
Peppers.
And they love apples.
These so Mediterranean queens.
I love a Mediterranean food, so
I gotta
think
get
it's just
better
in their blood
at loving a Mediterranean food.
So good.
I'm the
feels
most
good to eat.
American bitch.
I also love
American fried food and McDonald's.
I like a lot of shit,
but I like healthy stuff too.
Yeah, but it's on it. So just so you know that I'm not being like, oh, my kids will eat vegetables all the time. And no, they will eat everything. No. They constantly won't eat things.
What did you do?
That just happens to work.
What did you do today?
So today I did pizza skulls. Oh. So I had a skull mold that I got from Michael's.
As one does.
And it's like a little silicone mold of like skulls. And I used crescent rolls as the dough and I put them in there. It's very easy. It took me 5 minutes. I took Hunt's tomato sauce. I put mozzarella cheese in there.
Yep.
Because you just like put them in the skull thing, but leave enough room around it where you can like cover it up.
Because it'll like it'll
it'll
like
kinda
pop
puff
out a
up.
little bit.
So you put the mozzarella cheese in there, and then you put a little bit of Hunt's tomato sauce or whatever tomato sauce you like. I just like Hunt's.
Hunt's is correct.
Put a little more of the mozzarella on top, and then you just close it up, pinch it around, make sure it's all closed up.
And you just bake
Put it
like
in
the crescent
350, 20-something minutes in the oven. And then I took like an extra step because we happen to have extra time this morning. You can just do it like that.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. It gets like golden brown. And then when they bite into it, it's like a little crisp.
could
It's
hear
very
it.
yummy.
And then you
Or
get the mozzarella pull.
The mozzarella pull. And so today I melted a little butter in a bowl. And then I just put some Parmesan cheese and some garlic. Made a little garlic butter, and I just kind of brushed it on top.
Like, you're just the most casual bitch.
Today for you, I've created a garlic spread
I
of
can
your
tell
pizza
you, though,
skull.
Took like no time.
No, it
this
really
morning.
doesn't.
It really did.
The fanciest things, like,
Yeah.
I mean, some fancy things obviously take a long
for
time,
sure.
but like sometimes you'll be like, people will be like, oh my God, I can't believe you whipped that up. And it's like,
and you're like, no, this
I
really
genuinely
took-
did. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
And I heard about this one
crazy.
on like TikTok, and all the moms that I saw do it were like, this literally takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you're just using jar tomato sauce and mozzarella that's already shredded.
Here's my secret. When I make my pasta sauce, my Sunday sauce,
Oh yeah.
it's just Hunt's tomato sauce that I like spice up.
Yeah, you put an onion in there.
Put an onion. I do a bunch of garlic.
Yeah.
I put some wine sometimes.
Wine and tomato sauce is really good.
Yeah, you gotta. But then you have to cook it so much longer. I get so
Make
scared.
it
I'm
so
like,
it burns off.
yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I did say I really painted myself into a corner.
Why?
Because I told them I was really going to knock it out of the park with breakfast tomorrow morning for Halloween.
What
So
are
I
you gonna
really
do?
got to come up with something fancy for that.
Shit. Go on TikTok.
Yeah, I'll figure something out. And then I also kind of used up all my lunches. So I'm like, I got to figure out what to do.
You can make cinnamon buns, dye the frosting black,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
put something as the little legs.
Oh, there you go.
And you could put the weird eyeballs on them. And they
Oh,
could be like
that's a good
giant
idea.
spiders.
Yeah, because honestly, your best friend during Halloween with kids is to get a
Those
little
eyes.
jar of those candy eyeballs.
Yep.
Like just the
Put that
white
shit on
little
everything.
ones, and they're different sizes. You can put them on everything. Mm-hmm. Put them on brownies. Put them on cupcakes. I put them on the pizza.
Yeah.
I'll post that little pizza bagel, because it was real cute. I
The
put the
pizza
little
bagel is
eyes sticking out
adorable.
of the wrapping, so it looked like a little mummy.
I loved it.
It's so much fun.
I'm trying to think what else you could do tomorrow. Oh, you could make breakfast sausages and use crescent dough to make mummies again.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And this is the Food Network now.
I'm also going to set it up. That's also my my little tip to you is anytime you can do it like at night, like set it up at night.
The best.
So you can just throw it in the oven, or you can like heat it up. That's what I've learned for me works really well.
You got to plan ahead.
Yeah, it's all trial and error.
And that was our Food Network segment.
It is. So I'll post those pictures
I can't wait for Halloween. I'm excited.
because it was real easy.
Yeah. And it was super cute.
Oh yeah, and Drew and Ash are going to be Blanche and Sydney for Halloween.
The kids have no
exciting.
idea. We always try to be something like that the kids will think is funny. Because
Yeah.
like, what's the point otherwise?
Yeah.
And we always go trick-or-treating too.
Hell yeah,
Like, we don't go to the door and everything. Let me
we-
be clear.
we partake. In the,
I'm like,
in
trick
the
or
journey.
treat. Imagine my grown ass showing up at your doorstep.
as a dog.
Trick or treat. They'd be like, are you okay?
I love it.
But yeah, we're going to be Blanche and Sid, and I'm excited to see the kids' reactions.
Yeah, and John and I are finally going to be Jack and Sally. The girls have been wanting us to be Jack and Sally.
It
So
always makes me want to sing Blink-182 at you.
I know it's true.
Live like Jack and Sally if we want.
Where
You can always find me.
You have to do it like
Have
that.
Halloween on Christmas.
We could go forever.
Oh, great.
All right. Well, spooky season isn't over yet, queens and kings, and
Yeah, because,
it's almost over.
It's
Which
almost-
hurts me deeply to my core.
Halloween is almost over. Spooky season isn't.
Yeah, spooky
find
season
November
is a
very
state
spooky.
of mind.
Yeah.
November is spooky.
I think
You're
it's
correct.
pretty fucking spooky.
Yeah, it
To be
is.
honest.
But because spooky season is not over yet, we have a haunting for you today.
A haunting?
We're going to talk about the Hinsdale House haunting.
The Hinsdale House, you say?
Yeah, it's like close to our neck of the woods. It's in New York,
Oh, shit. All right.
upstate.
Oh, damn.
So we're going to talk about the Hinsdale family, which all starts with Clara and Phil Dandy.
All right. Dandy.
Did I say we're going to talk about the Hinsdale family?
I think just the house.
Okay, hopefully I just said the house. Let me say that because they're not the Hinsdale family. It's just the Hinsdale house.
I think you said the house.
Okay, well, you can leave that in. And listener, you tell me what I said. So when Clara Miller met Phil Dandy in 1954, he was just getting out of the military, and he was working at the local grocery store in Buffalo, New York.
Phil Dandy.
I know, Phil Dandy sounds so much like,
Phil Dunphy.
thank you. I kept wanting to say Dundee.
Dundee.
The coffee hasn't hit, honey. So Phil had grown up in rural Kentucky, and after he got out of the service, he decided to, give Buffalo a try instead of going back to Kentucky, where he probably would have spent the rest of his life working in the coal mines, which wasn't super desirable in his
Get
opinion.
the black lung pop.
Yeah. I think I have the black lung. So Clara said she was immediately drawn to Phil's soft southern accent, but she admitted, as a staccato-talking Buffalonian, I was impatient with his slow drawl. I don't even know if she sounds like that, but she does in my head. So before long, they were seeing each other most nights a week. Aww. And by July 1955, they were married. A year later, she had their first child, Mike, who was followed by Beth in 1957, Laura in 1960, and the baby, Mary, in 1962. Aww. So they got a lot of kids. Now, the first year or so of their marriage was very happy, but things started to get rocky as, more kids came into the picture and life challenges arise.
That'll do it.
All that. So in retrospect, Clara felt like the differences in their upbringings and their personalities were a lot more consequential than she wanted to accept when it was like when they were in the thick of it.
Yeah, it becomes more pronounced.
Yeah, well, and looking back, you're like, oh, now I can see clearly what happened. Yeah. So she said, I was a devout Roman Catholic. I attended a Catholic grammar school and a Catholic academy, and Phil had no real religion at all. Which, those are big differences,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they can be. So Phil's time in the military and living outside of Buffalo, I was going to say gave him, and then I just said, I'd switched my thing. So I said, yeah. It gave him a wider take on the world that Clara didn't have, or he didn't feel she had. So they just had simple differences.
Yeah.
Clara said, I was a convent-educated prude, while he was a freewheeling product of an entirely different upbringing. Our relationship suffered from the clash of cultures and backgrounds.
Oh, that's sad.
Which can happen. Having kids together definitely helped keep them on the same page, though, and looking toward the same goals. And in 1963, though, Clara gave birth to their last child, who was unfortunately stillborn.
Oh.
So that really only led to the tensions in their marriage coming back.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's... if you're already having problems and then you go through something so traumatic like that...
That's really sad.
That's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
It's tough no matter what.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
I can't even fathom that.
So... eventually, Clara was like, we've drifted way farther apart than I ever even thought.
Yeah.
So to try to get some good vibes going again, she was like, you know what? Why don't we take a little family vacation together?
Yeah.
I think we need some, slow down, reconnect, change the scenery time. So by that point, it was 1967, and some friends of theirs had actually just bought a small cabin near Allegheny State Park in upstate New York, and they were nice enough to offer it up to the Dandys to enjoy whenever they weren't there.
That's
they were
dandy.
Like, yeah, if we're not there, Dandys, go enjoy the Dandy cabin.
Hell yeah.
So just as Clara hoped, the time spent together on this, quiet, cozy trip, it actually did wonders for her relationship with Phil. And in time, it started to feel like their marriage was, spiced back up again, like how it was in the early days.
Yeah.
The kids also seemed to thrive in the more relaxed atmosphere. And, it was the mountains up there, so there was a ton for them to do and explore. And when it came time to head home to the city, everybody was actually pretty disappointed to be going home and, leaving the, the nature behind.
Yeah.
So in the 3 years that followed, the Dandy family pretty much spent all of their vacations in upstate New York. And every time they would go, it became clearer and clearer that they were all much happier when they were away from the city. I was going to
say, it feels like there's a common denominator here.
Yeah. So finally, in 1970, they decided that even though they both had jobs in Buffalo, it would do the family a world of good to get out of the city. And so they were like, let's find a house in the country. We can enjoy a slower pace. Let's do this. We're committing.
That's very selfless of them.
It is.
They already had jobs. They were already real. That's not easy to do.
No.
To just pick up and leave.
Mm-hmm, but they saw you know what? This will be so good for our family.
Yeah,
so
let's good for the gander.
Let's figure it out. It's the greater good.
Yeah.
So they hired a realtor and they started looking at houses in the Western New York area. At the time, like we were just saying, they both had reliable, pretty well-paying jobs in Buffalo. But if they moved to a more rural part of the state, one of them was going to have to quit their jobs to stay home with the kids.
Yeah.
You can't just leave your kids in a cabin in the country.
Why not?
So many reasons.
Okay. I'll trust you.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Now, since Clara obviously made less money than Phil because we hate wage gaps, that person was going to be Clara.
Yeah.
Living on only one income limited their options, obviously, for
course.
housing to a degree. But to their surprise, once they got far enough outside of the city, housing prices obviously dropped significantly.
Yeah.
So ultimately, they determined that they could afford a house price a little under $6,000, which today would be about $50,000.
Holy shit.
And then I wrote in my notes, inflation is really a bitch, huh?
The bitchiest of bitches.
When I read
Holy shit.
they could afford a house a little under $6,000, I was like, what
That's
the
a
fuck are you gonna
thing?
get? Yeah, today it would be under $50,000. It's not a thing anymore.
But like that was a thing?
People used to buy houses for like $3,000 and they'd
That's
be like
nuts.
sick ass like Cape houses.
Damn.
Yeah, life is tough
Holy
these
shit.
days.
I mean, yeah. Sure is.
So back then, their budget didn't seem like much, but the Dandy's realtor had the perfect place in mind in the small town of Hinsdale, about an hour outside of Buffalo. Clara remembered, when we saw the house, I can't really describe the feeling we had because it was so peaceful and the air was like breathing in champagne.
Wow.
So I was like, I think that would be lovely.
What a way to describe that.
I think it's just like saying that the air is crisp, but in the most poetic of ways.
It is, because my like blunt ass was just like, that's a good way to aspirate. I was like, that feels uncomfortable.
Don't breathe in the bubbles, Clara.
Don't breathe in the champagne.
I think she meant like the smell of champagne.
Yeah, poetically that makes a lot more sense.
Crispy, Elena, okay? So the house was over 100 years old and it definitely needed some repairs, but it was big enough for their large family. It was in their budget, and more importantly, it was exactly the kind of rural environment that they had all envisioned.
Hell yeah.
Looking back, their son Mike Dandy said he remembered having similar feelings. He said, I was very much into wildlife, so this was just perfect for me. It was where I wanted to be. So everybody's happy. Getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl, or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70. This part of the show is brought to you by Anua, the Korean skincare brand known for scientific, gentle, yet effective formulations. The latest from Anua is the Retinol Collagen Gua Sha Cream, a firming cream with a gua sha-shaped tip built right in. Have you guys heard of gua sha? It's that viral massage tool that moves fluid and tension out of your face. Less puffiness, a snatched jawline, honey, more definition in your face. Retinol firms and reduces fine lines, and collagen keeps your skin plump and structured. This cream has both of those things, arguably the most optimal combo for that snatched, lifted look all in one step. I am obsessed with the Gua Sha cream. First of all, it feels so cool to the touch. When you put that on your face, it's just like, this is lovely. It's like a little spa treatment that you can give yourself. I like to do mine at night after I get out of the shower. I rub the cream on my face with the little gua sha. I'm sculpting that jawline, honey. I got it on the cheekbones. And actually, I had a facial the other day, and the lady doing my facial, the professional, she said, do you use a gua sha at home? And I said, I do. And I said, how did you know that? And she said I didn't have those little like bumps in my chin or like different areas like that. So she could tell that I was using the gua sha. And I said, oh my God. I just feel like I wake up less puffy in the morning when I do it the night before. But you can do it whenever you want to. I, 10 out of 10, recommend this product. The Anua Gua Sha Cream Value Set is available at anua.com, already discounted. Use code MORBID for an extra 10% off. That's ANUA.com, code MORBID. You know what's really terrifying? That unfinished college degree lurking in the background, just sitting there, waiting for you. That's where Southern New Hampshire University comes in. With flexible online degree programs, there's no commuting, no rigid schedule, and no more excuses. Plus, they have some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to learn more before your degree becomes just another story about what could have been. The house was situated on 8 acres of land, with the nearest house about a half a mile away. And it was like a typical 19th century American farmhouse. It's beautiful if you look it up.
I was just looking it up. It really is.
Yeah, it's gorge. The top floor had a large bedroom, a bathroom, a large closet. So that would be Phil and Clara's area of the house. And downstairs were the remaining bedrooms, a living room, and a nice large kitchen. The only thing that Phil and Clara hadn't expected was the crawl space underneath the stairs.
Oh.
Clara had always lived in, modern homes that had attics, so she had never seen a crawl space, and she really didn't like it.
Yeah.
She said it gave her a funny feeling. And the other strange thing was that inside the crawl space, there was a brick fireplace and a chimney that, seemed to go up into the staircase above. So it was, very strange.
Yeah.
Crawl houses, I think, are very, obviously New York isn't New England, but
Yeah.
it's, a very New Englandish vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the Dandy family moved into the house on July 18th, 1970, and Clara's parents and her younger brother Gordon was there to help. That morning, Gordon, her brother, got ahead of the moving truck. He just had some small items packed up in his car. And when he got to the house and went inside, he was horrified to find that almost every room in the house was swarming with bees.
Oh.
Just bees. There were so many bees that you couldn't even see out the windows, he said.
Bees on bees on bees.
That'd be scary.
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah. And in the handful of times that they had visited the house between the first time they saw it and moving day, Clara said she couldn't remember seeing a single bee in the area. But now the house was, infested with them.
I hate that a lot.
It's just very random and really gross ugh.
I don't like that at all. And also, on a side note, I was looking at the house and I was like, what does this house remind me of? It reminds me of the Liska axe murder house.
Yeah,
it's
I
very
could see
similar
that.
looking.
I could definitely see that.
And it's got a little bit of vibes of Hinterkaifeck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just had to put that up.
Fun.
There. Yeah.
So
good, not good vibes.
And bees.
And bees.
Bad vibes and bees.
Yeah.
Swarms and swarms of them. So according to the exterminator who came later that day, it was actually completely unnatural for bees to even swarm at that time of year. So this was even weirder. That wouldn't leave you feeling really good at all.
No, because it's if this is, because when was this? Do you know? What time of the year?
Yeah, it was July.
July. Because I was going to say, certain times of the year, you would expect to see more bees, but you would not expect to see swarms of bees in the house.
That's the thing. Swarms of them is crazy. So he was like, this is not typical. But he left, and Gordon and Clara's mother spent more than an hour sweeping up piles and piles of dead bees that were now just covering the floor.
Damn.
Now, in the weeks that followed, there would actually be several more run-ins with the bees, but eventually they managed to evict the hive completely.
Dang.
Luckily. So after moving a mass of insects from inside the house, the move-in got underway, and things actually went smoother after that. And Clara was like, I should have known it was too good to be true, especially after the bees.
Especially after the bees.
It didn't take long for them to get settled in, and even though she had spent her whole entire life in the city up to that point, Clara actually found that she liked being a homemaker in a more rural area. Because remember, she was working before this.
Yeah.
Within a few days, they met their neighbors, and they found that they had a lot in common. They had children around the same age, this, that, and the other thing. And Clara, she had some initial reservations about the move, but she was starting to think that they were going to be better off in the country. Unfortunately, that was very short-lived, that little comfort that she felt. The first bizarre incident, aside from the bees, came about a month after the move. Clara was still working at the office, actually, finishing out her last week, when she got a frantic call from her son, Mike. He and his sister Beth had been out in the field behind the house with some neighbor kids when somebody started shooting at them.
What?
Yeah. Somebody started shooting at them.
What the fuck?
Apparently, as soon as they all heard the shots, they all dropped to the ground and crawled back to the neighbor's house.
What?
Where they called Clara. According to Mike, none of them could see where the shooting was coming from. They just knew that it was close. And Mike told his mother that just before the shooting, they had seen the car of a man who lived about 2 miles from them and was known locally as an eccentric. And he would chase people who got too close to his property. So that he was like, maybe it's that guy, and like he was upset with us or something, and he's shooting at us. So Clara reported the shooting to the state police, but nothing ever came of her report.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, so she was like, wow, maybe I don't love rural life.
Yeah, because it's like, wow, cool that I just reported that somebody shot at my family and nothing happened.
Yeah, like my family and my neighbors, like young kids,
very
too.
cool.
The hell? About a week later, Mike was walking home with his friends Bob and Matt when they spotted what Mike later said was a tall teenage boy in the woods just walking by the road carrying a rifle.
That's too rural for me.
It's so rural.
You know, way too rural.
Much too rural. At first, Mike was like, oh, is that like a farmer, like a local farmer
like a
or
hunter?
something? And when he pointed him out, the other two boys were like, oh, no, that's that ghost that lives around here and is like known to walk up and down the road.
I'm massively obsessed with that because I really like how casually they dropped that lore.
Massively
Like,
obsessed.
lore like that should always be dropped with not a fuck to be seen.
Yeah.
Like
no,
it's
that's just that guy.
Oh, no,
that ghost.
that's a ghost with a gun who just walks up and down. Like, what the fuck?
Obviously.
What, you think that's a corporeal being
No.
over there? That's just a fucking ghost.
Said not out here in these rural
Like,
streets.
That would put me weirdly at ease.
That says a lot
That
about
everyone's
you.
so they're just like, oh yeah, that's just that ghost with a gun.
I would
Like,
just
why,
think they were fucking with me.
why do you ask? Like, I'd be like, you know what? Why do I ask? Like, I should mind my fucking business is what I
Yeah.
should do.
I would just probably cry, I think.
I just love that.
Yeah.
The casual lore drop will get me every time.
Well, they were very excited. They started running to get a better look at the
Hell
ghost.
yeah.
But the ghost always managed to stay about 6 or 8 feet ahead of them. But then when they finally got close enough to touch him, Mike said the mysterious teenager stepped behind an apple tree and disappeared.
As everyone should.
Which I am also highly obsessed with.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to be getting out of situations when I'm a ghost. I'm going to step behind an apple tree and I'm gone.
I'll throw up the deuce at you, and then I'll step behind my
tree.
apple tree.
It's always going to be an apple tree, too.
You gotta find the nearest one.
Yeah.
You might be running for a little bit, but it's worth it for the
I'll
exit.
find the apple tree,
You
yeah.
gotta. So afterwards, Mike ran home and told Clara about what he'd seen. He's like, Mom, there's a fucking ghost, and he disappeared behind an apple tree.
Sick.
And Clara was like, yeah, cool. You kids are just so silly.
Yeah,
And
that's
she
fun.
obviously didn't take it very seriously. I wouldn't either. Well, I am who I am, so I probably would, but
Yeah.
I get why Clara did it.
Absolutely.
So she might not have taken that story about the gun-toting teenage boy, but it turned out that the other children had also seen the ghost too, like her other kids, either out on the road or walking along the tree line at the edge of the woods.
Ugh.
And the neighbors' kids had also seen him on multiple occasions, so everybody's talking about it now. Most of them described him as looking like a farmer, but one of the neighbors' kids, Pat, insisted he was a black man. And she didn't mean like his race. She meant that his skin was like blackened,
Like he was like
burnt. Yeah. And she was absolutely terrified of him.
that's scary as
Like the
fuck.
other kids were like, oh yeah, like there's a ghost. And like, I think he's a farmer. Like, isn't that so crazy?
She's like, nah, he's charred.
She literally said he's charred. And like, she was so scared of him that her parents were like, okay, like is something going on here?
Awful. I
Yeah.
hate that a lot.
Yeah.
That I'm not massively obsessed with that. I hate that.
No, I'm not even a little bit obsessed
No,
with it.
I
I'm the
don't like
least
that at
amount.
all.
So to Clara, the early experiences could have been written off as kids just being kids and adjusting to moving into a
Yeah.
more rural area. But a few weeks later, she had her own experience in the woods that she simply could not explain.
Oh no, stay out of the woods.
I know, what the hell are you doing in the woods? But they just moved there, so they're obsessed with the woods.
And they're just in the woods.
yeah.
Like there's
Lost
nowhere else
in the
to go.
woods.
Yeah.
So it was an early fall afternoon. Oh, love to see it. And Clara was just taking the dog out for a walk in the woods behind the house.
Oh, I can't get mad at you for that. I would too.
I would too.
Yeah.
She was about a half a mile from the house when she started to hear what she said sounded like chanting. Like chanting you
turn
might hear in
around.
church. Yeah.
Oh, turn around.
Yeah. Get out of there.
Get home.
For the life of her, she said she couldn't figure out where the sound was coming from. And somehow, she said, it sounded like it was coming from every direction all at once.
That's because it's none of your business and you should go home.
When things are coming at you from every direction,
It is none
all
of your
at
business.
once. It's pave had no mind,
Yeah,
mama.
you-
That's not for you.
You did not see something. You did not need to say something.
No, just
No.
get out of there.
Get
Take
out of
that
there,
dog
girl.
and run. I'm also like, what was the dog doing?
No.
So later after she got home, she casually mentioned the sound to Mike. And moments later, he was like, yeah, cool. Me, Bob, and Matt are going to go investigate that. Peace out.
That's awesome.
So he just ran out of the
Another
house.
casual Lord Rupp.
Yeah, we love the 70s.
Send him into action.
Yeah, just go out in the woods, figure out what
Yeah.
that was. So on most occasions, the boys, like the other two boys, were game for whatever investigation that Mike wanted to undertake.
Hell yeah.
But this time when they got to the woods, Bob said he got an intense feeling of dread, and he was like, yeah, I'm not going any
Good for
further
him.
into the woods. I'll be here.
Good for him listening.
So the other two were like, okay, we'll head in without you. And they just left him standing at the edge of the woods, which is almost worse than going into the woods, I think.
That charred kid is patrolling the edge of the woods.
Exactly.
I'd be more scared of that.
Me too. I don't want to run into a charred kid.
No.
So after about 10 or 15 minutes, they had reached the spot where Clara said she heard the chanting, and they stopped to see if they could hear anything. They stood quietly, they closed their eyes so that they wouldn't be distracted, and they just listened as hard as they could. And at first, they didn't hear anything. But then out of absolutely nowhere, they heard the loud, sharp sound of a woman screaming her fucking head off.
That is got to be one of the scariest things to hear out of nowhere.
Out of absolutely
Yeah.
nowhere. And especially when you're like,
In the woods.
you're locked in, like you're
Yeah.
10 toes down in those woods, just trying to
Yeah.
hear what's happening. And it's quiet, and then you hear,
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
would poop
No.
my pants.
You're out there trying to figure out what the woods are trying to say, and they're just saying, like that's, no.
Too scary.
No.
So they ran the fuck out of there.
Good for them.
And went back to the Dandy house, and they were like, Clara, help us. And she was like, I don't know what to tell you.
She's like, fuck that.
So since moving to the Hinsdale house, several members of the Dandy family had now had really fucking weird, inexplicable experiences. And they had mostly brushed it off to that point. Mike's story about hearing the scream in the woods was different, though. At that point, they wanted to see, and they started to realize that something was off. And, you know, Clara was like, is it like the house, or is it the entire area that we moved to? Now, the swarm of bees on moving day turned out to be just the first of many problems with the house itself. During their first winter, the main pipes leading into the house froze and broke, which was obviously super expensive to repair and very annoying because while they were getting fixed, they had to carry water from a well to the house. Which also, if you think your house is haunted, and honey, the land is also haunted, and you got to go down to a well.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I'm not going to a well in the middle of a haunt.
No.
What are you asking of me?
Honey, the land.
Honey, the well.
Honey, the well.
Honey, Samara.
Yeah. Exactly.
Honey, no. So after that, it seemed like things were just going wrong every other day. Within a 2-month period, the kids' 4 pet birds, a dog, and 2 guinea pigs were found dead in Mary's bedroom from unknown causes.
Oh.
Which, like, I'd be looking at Mary.
Yeah, what the
Like,
fuck?
what's up with our kid here?
I'd be real worried about Mary, first of all.
And also,
Second, I would want to square up with that whatever entity did that.
I don't even know if this entity has hands, but it's got to figure out some way to
Throw
square
'em.
up.
'Cause
4 birds,
damn.
a dog, and 2 guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs. I think those poor guinea pigs.
The guinea pigs. Not the guinea pigs.
Not the guinea pigs.
Clutching my pearls. So that's the other thing. Things were constantly going missing, including small sums of money and jewelry from Clara's lockbox, which was locked.
Oh, that's a good detail to have. Holy shit.
Yeah, so she said she started to feel like they weren't wanted in the house. Like she just got this distinct feeling.
What gave you that idea?
I don't know.
Was it when they killed your pets?
Was it when they killed literally every pet you've ever had?
Every living thing that isn't a human in that house?
And
they
stole
killed?
all your money?
Yeah.
But because it seemed like a lot of the unfortunate mishaps had reasonable explanations, maybe the more bizarre occurrences didn't stand out at first, but like they were getting more and more bizarre as time went on.
Yeah, that many animals end up dead in one of my kids' rooms.
I'm calling someone.
It's going to stand out.
I'm probably going to call a psychologist first.
Yeah, it's going to be top of mind.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, there was-
that's not one you have to write down to remember.
No, you'll remember that
Yeah.
for sure. And there was things even in the beginning that they were like after all these bizarre experiences had happened, they were looking back and being like, was that also like a weird fucking,
Oh, of course.
like what was that?
Yeah.
So there was the time a few months after they moved in where Clara and Phil came home to find that even though all the doors had been locked while they were gone, it looked like somebody had broken into the house and thrown the family's clothes all around.
Oh.
Like the entire family.
Oh, I hate that.
Mary's record player had also been smashed, but money and valuables were all untouched and in plain sight. So it wasn't like somebody had robbed them.
Yeah.
They just like ransacked the house.
Came in and threw clothes around.
Yeah. Then there was the time in early 1971 when Clara and Mike were home alone, and something outside was emitting such a strong light through the windows that it lit up the entire house.
What?
And they both were like, what? A few nights later, Mike said he was woken up from sleep when a board game on the shelf above his bed fell on his head while he was sleeping.
Oh, shit.
He was like, that was weird.
Rude.
It didn't seem like that unusual, but when he looked at the shelf, everything that was stacked on top of the board game was still in place. So it had literally like
Slid out
from the bottom of a stack of other things and fell on his head.
and everything else had stayed up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's like when you like pull the tablecloth out and everything stays on the
everything
table.
else stays on.
So that was weird. And he said there was absolutely no way I could come up with an explanation for that.
No, I wouldn't be able to.
And then, of course, there were the frequent sightings of the farmer on the road and all the strange noises both in and outside of the house.
Yeah.
On one afternoon in 1971, Phil took the kids into town to do some shopping, and he just left Clara at home to relax and enjoy some quiet time. You mamas know you need that.
In the haunted house.
In the haunted house, I know. Well, that was before they really realized how haunted it was. She said it was a warm day, so she opened up all the windows on the first floor to, clear the house out. And she was just settling on the couch to read a book, and she started to hear all the windows slamming back shut.
Oh, fuck that.
But then, when she went around and checked all the windows, they were all still open.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that a lot.
Like, first of all, I'm trying to relax.
I'm just sitting down with a book.
I'm like, all my kids are gone.
Yeah, it's
like,
finally
when does that ever
quiet
happen?
in this house.
And then I need some fresh air, even though it's for dead people. And you're like pretending to close my windows, and you make me get up and look, and then they're not even
And
fucking
then they're not even closed. Like,
closed.
that's some fucked up shit.
Come on, man.
I don't like that.
Come on.
I don't like that teasing.
So now that they were looking back at all of this, they were like, okay, there's definitely a pattern of like there's an escalating pattern here.
For sure.
So it was only when the inexplicable things started to enter the home that Clara and sort of Phil started to take things more seriously. Clara definitely took things more seriously than Phil did. One evening in July of 1973, so they'd been there for like a few years at this point, Beth, one of their older daughters, had some friends sleep over, and they were all sleeping in sleeping bags in the living room. By that time, Mike was already sleeping most nights on the couch because he found the atmosphere in his own bedroom disturbing, quote unquote. And a little before, so he was down there and the girls are down there. And a little before midnight, after they wound down and were trying to sleep, they all heard heavy footsteps walking around the kitchen, like somebody was angrily pacing in the kitchen. So Mike was like, okay, it's probably just one of the dogs maybe angrily pacing around the kitchen.
Yeah, as dogs do.
So Beth got up to check, and there was no one in the kitchen, human or canine.
Imagine if it was just a dog on two legs, angrily pacing. He's just pissed. I hate that.
I hate it.
Well,
That also used to happen in our house.
that's really scary when that happens.
But we would hear them coming up the stairs, which would be
Yep.
even scarier.
And it was like heavy boots.
And then you'd look out in the hallway and there would be literally no one
Nothing
there.
there.
But you could feel it.
Yep.
So after 2 years of increasingly aggressive encounters with things that they couldn't explain in and around the house, Clara was like, yeah, I have nothing left to explain.
No.
Like, I'm trying to explain this all away, but I don't have anything.
Yeah, there's only so long you can explain it away.
Yeah. So a few days after the sleepover, she was speaking with their local priest, Father Bob, of course.
Father Bob.
And she was telling him about the activity. And he suggested that she get into contact with, are you ready? Father Alphonsus Al Trebold.
Honestly, yes.
If your name is Alphonsus,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing going by Al?
Yeah.
Missed opportunity, my guy.
You go by Alphonsus.
I would shove my hand into everybody's face and say, hey, it's me, Alphonsus. I would never shut up about who I was.
And also, if your name is Alphonsus, and what is the full name?
Alphonsus Al Trebold.
Yeah. If your name is that, you
said, I'm not
better
repeating
be a priest that can perform some kind of exorcism and get rid of demons in a house.
You better be.
You better be.
You better be.
Yeah.
Not only was he a priest, but he was also an assistant professor of theology at
Yeah.
St. Bonaventure University.
Yeah.
Obsessed. So, throughout 1973, he goes by Father Al, but I gotta call him Father Alphonsus. Father Alphonsus had given several lectures on the paranormal and had invited other experts to speak. So if anybody could help Clara, it was probably him. So she called and she left a message for Father Alphonsus. And in the meantime, Father Bob blessed the house, which made everybody feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
2 days later, Clara finally got her Alphonsus call. The two of them spoke briefly, and Father Alphonsus suggested that they were probably experiencing a poltergeist,
Okay.
which kind of sucks.
I don't know.
You don't know if it sucks, or you don't know if it's a poltergeist?
I don't know if that's a poltergeist.
So far, nothing really sounds
It
poltergeisty
doesn't
to
give
me.
poltergeist
There's,
to me.
I also think this was the 70s, and like they didn't have a lot of.
Yeah, like research on
Yeah.
this stuff. I guess like the clothing everywhere and stuff is kind of poltergeisty.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wouldn't have immediately said poltergeist on this one.
Well, he said they had 2 adolescent children in the house, and their heightened energy might be causing the problems, and poltergeists do feed off of that.
They do love the whole puberty thing.
It's a weird. I hate that part of it.
Such a weird connection.
It is. It makes sense when you think about it, but it's
really
like,
does.
oh fuck! Oh my god! Oh, my heart! Holy shit!
I wish you could feel how hard my heart is beating right
Oh
now.
my god! I actually just started crying. Fuck!
Woo!
All right, so now that we've recovered from that, let's find my
Okay.
place. So, like, yeah, adolescence, puberty,
Yeah.
weird poltergeist feeding off of that. By then, Clara had done some research, and the suggestion of a poltergeist also didn't make sense to her. She said, I felt like there was more to it than that. From what I've read, poltergeist had no motive, no mind behind it, and this seems to have motive.
Yeah.
Which is true.
I agree.
But given how stressed Clara sounded and the fact that she wasn't reassured by his advice, Father Alphonsus said, you know what, I'll come out tomorrow.
That's
like,
really Alphonsus.
it's so Alphonsus of him.
Yeah.
So it took Father Alphonsus much longer to get to the house than he expected because he got lost along the way. Lost in the woods.
You know, who among us hasn't?
Alphonsus. So by the time he arrived, there really wasn't as much time like that for him to explore before he had to leave to get back to the church again, which kind
Yeah.
of sucked. So Clara and the kids spent about 20 minutes explaining everything they experienced, and to their surprise, Father Alphonsus did not seem fazed at all.
Wow.
And he also didn't seem to doubt anything that they were telling him.
What a good guy.
So after hearing them out, Father Alphonsus got a tour of the house and the immediate property by Mike and Clara's brothers, Gordon and Craig. They didn't see or hear anything unusual on the tour, but in each room, Father Al said a prayer, and he said one in the yard, too. And then he performed a blessing before he headed back out for the night. He was like, good luck with that.
Bye, bitches.
This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place. Let's talk about bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, and it doesn't have to be that way. But with SoFi's high-yield checkings and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit. No account or overdraft fees. We love transparency. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, plus get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at SoFi.com/morbid. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. Getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl, or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70. The best summer pieces are the ones you end up wearing on repeat, comfortable, versatile, and somehow right for almost every occasion. Quince makes it easy to create a summer wardrobe that you'll love, with elevated essentials made from premium materials like European linen, organic cotton, and washable silk, without the traditional retail markup. I love that! Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces that you absolutely will reach for all summer long. I absolutely love their linen. I have so many pairs of their linen pants, which you can dress up or you can dress down in the summer. Like, say you're going to a nice dinner, you can pair it with like a silk shirt, a really cute necklace, some good, makeup and an updo. Or if you're just looking for a more casual look, you can do the linen pants with like a loose button-up shirt and you still look really chic, kind of like, I don't know, Diane Keaton vibes, I kind of think. Also, it's not just apparel. Quince also offers elevated essentials for your home, from bedding and bath to kitchen essentials and furniture. They have it all, honey. I am a big lover of Quince, and I really do think you will be too. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/morbid for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/morbid for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/morbid. Who knows if it was the blessing or just the simple fact that somebody had listened to them without judging them. But Father Al's visit did have a calming effect on the house and the family, it seemed. Mike said it bonded us in a way because we were more together for support. And which is nice. Like, yeah, everybody realizes like something's going on.
I like it.
Now, not only did he validate their experiences, but Father Alphonsus also explained that they weren't defenseless against whatever they were dealing with. And there were people who researched the scientific basis of experiences like theirs who might be able to help them get rid of whatever it was that was causing all their trouble. So for the first time since moving in, Clara was like, okay, maybe this nice country life is possible without all these disturbances.
Without the ghosts.
Maybe we can move on from this.
Yeah.
For a few days after Father Al's blessing, like I said, things felt better in the house, but it didn't last very long.
No, it never does.
No. One night, less than a week after the first visit from the priest, Phil was away on a business trip, and everybody else in the house was asleep when Clara was woken up by the sound of somebody walking around on the first floor. She thought it was one of the kids, so she looked over the banister at the top of the stairs, and she saw what looked like a teenage girl walking down the hall on the first floor toward Beth's bedroom. Because remember, all the kids' bedrooms are on the first floor.
Ugh.
So she was like, oh, okay, must be Beth. Like, maybe she went to the bathroom. She's
Yeah.
going back to her room. So she turned and started to walk back to her own bedroom, but then she realized that the girl she saw was wearing a flannel nightgown, and she knew for a fact that Beth had not worn that to bed. So she was like, what? And then she was like, also, she had shorter hair than Beth now that I'm thinking of it. Like, who the fuck is this girl?
Oh, that made my hair stand on end.
So she ran downstairs, tore open Beth's bedroom door, and when she got inside, Beth was just fast asleep and there was nobody else there.
Oh, that fucks me up.
I would light the house on fire.
That fucks me
and
up.
leave.
Yeah. No, I don't want anything to do with that.
Like, who is that?
And just being half asleep and just like seeing that and being like, oh, okay, that's just one of my kids. And then just being like, wait a second.
Well, and then
that did not look like my child. Like, I would lose it.
When that happens and you realize like, okay, like that's not one of my kids, and I just saw that person, like I saw their form. Where are they now?
That's the thing. Like, are they still in the house hiding?
And
what the fuck?
Yeah, like it's like with the Sally house, it's like,
yeah,
you probably part of her was like, is that an intruder or is that a ghost? Like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
So the experience of seeing the unfamiliar girl in the house was pretty fucking unnerving.
Yeah.
But Clara tried to put it out of her mind because she was like, no, the blessing worked. I'm going to have my nice country life. Fuck this. God damn it. But the next day, she heard a scream from Beth's bedroom. And when she ran in to find out what happened, Beth told her mom that she was just sitting at her vanity when she saw a teenage girl behind her reflected in her mirror. And she said when she turned to look, the girl vanished. She was gone.
Oh, no.
And Clara said, I thought, wait a minute. I'd been taught that this worked, that a priest could come in and say a blessing. It did not work.
It did not.
She's like, what? This is supposed to work. Because remember, she grew up religious, like super religious. So she's like, I went to the priest for help. The priest came and he did his thing. It's supposed to work.
Yeah, I mean, he can do that.
Yeah. Ghosts have other
but
plans.
the ghosts can say fuck off. Like they,
The power of Christ doesn't always compel them.
It's not always compelling.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that night, Clara called Father Alphonsus. She said, 911, Alphonsus.
Alphonsus.
And he said, on my way. She said the blessing didn't work. They were still experiencing the frightening phenomena. So he was like, okay, I'll come back with a paranormal expert. Like, we're gonna get this done.
Big guns. Let's
exactly.
Go. Yeah.
So a few nights later, while Mike was staying with friends and the other kids were in bed, Clara and Phil, who was back from his business trip, they were just watching TV, and they heard a loud thud just outside the living room window. So Phil grabbed a flashlight, and they both went out to see what the fuck was outside. After looking around and finding nothing, they were like, okay, it was probably like an animal going through the trash. It's rural out here. It's rural out here. So they turned, they went back inside, and as they rounded the house in the direction of the front door, Clara casually looked up at Beth's bedroom window and saw the same girl that she had seen a few nights earlier just looking out at them.
This and the charred farmer kid.
You gotta go.
That would send me into orbit.
You gotta go.
I don't. No.
Please stop being in my space.
No, yeah, we've crossed a line here.
So they ran back inside because she pointed up and Phil also saw it. And he was like, what the fuck? So they ran back inside to check on Beth. And when they got to her room, they found her sitting at her vanity, completely unresponsive and just straight up disassociating.
What the fuck?
It took a few minutes to snap her back into reality. And when she did, she said, yeah, I saw her too. But she struggled to describe the girl, saying all she remembered were her big dark eyes and her filthy hair.
Oh!
Why is her hair so filthy?
Why is her hair dirty?
It's full of secrets.
Oh my god! I hate that.
It's full of darkness.
Oh, that's so much worse than her perfectly clean hair.
Yeah. Perfectly clean hair is the best.
Why is her hair dirty?
It's washed in.
Why is it filthy?
Filthy.
I don't know why that fucks me up so much.
Because you picture just like
a greasy, stringy.
I hate it.
Oh,
I can still feel my heart beating from when the alarm went off. And
That
that was like
fucked me
42
up.
minutes ago.
I
I'm
won't.
scared right now.
I'm in fight or flight right
Telling
now.
these stories gets me into a scared place.
Apparently it gets both of us in there.
I know.
Damn.
So as they stood in Beth's bedroom just trying to comfort her, they all started to hear scratching and thumping noises coming from the room above them.
Oh, goddamn.
And then all the lights in the house went off like somebody had cut the power.
Come on.
Like, that's horror movie shit.
What the fuck?
So the lights came back on a few moments later, and the scratching sounds had moved from the upstairs and were now coming from the crawl space.
Oh, that fucking crawl space. We got to learn about that crawl space.
You
What
knew the crawl
happened
space was coming
in
back.
That crawl
You
space.
knew the crawl space was coming back.
There's some shit that
So-
went down there.
Clara, Phil, and Beth reluctantly approached the crawl space, and after a few moments, Phil gathered the courage to open the door.
Phil, for
Just
life.
inside the door, there were loose bricks from the fireplace stacked in small piles.
Oh.
They'd been in there before,
Oh.
and that hadn't been there.
Oh.
And then they open the door, and like somewhat Blair Witch style, there's just small piles of bricks.
Oh.
Ew,
I don't-
period.
No.
And Clara said, I can't fight this thing. Whatever it is, it's too strong. She just succumbed to the beast in that moment.
Just succumb. She said,
We all succumb at some
"That's
point. She was like, okay, stack the bricks, I suppose.
into the road for me.
Okay, look at me from my, come to my window.
That's what she said.
She was like, whatever.
Eventually, you gotta just go Melissa Etheridge and just start singing. You
Just
know?
gotta. That's all you can do. So the next night, Father Alphonsus said, I'm back. And
I'm back.
He said, here I am. And this time he was in the company of a well-known psychic medium, Alex Tanos.
So not Sylvia Brown.
No. He introduced everybody, and Clara started to explain the history of the house, but was immediately cut off by Alex.
Of course.
Who told her he actually didn't want to know anything about the house before walking through each room, which I
that.
respect. He was like,
this is before he could be looking this up on
on the
the
Goog.
interwebs.
Yeah,
you
there
know?
was no interweb.
You could go look it up elsewhere, obviously, but it would take a little more effort.
It would. So Father Alphonsus took Alex throughout the house, letting him get an impression of each room before returning to the family in the living room. When he walked into the living room, he just casually dropped, "Did you know you had a mass murder here?"
Again, a casual lore drop. I love it. I love it.
Did
I
you
would sit
know-
down, tea would materialize, and I'd be like,
Tell me
about it.
everything.
Tell me
Did
everything
you know
know.
you had a mass murder here?
Do I look like I know I had a mass
Do you
murder
think
here?
we'd be calling you if we didn't know that?
Babe, you're here with a priest.
Yeah.
Do you think I know that there was a mass murder here?
I say, no, the fuck I did
no.
not.
Whoever knows that there was a mass murder.
Whomst.
Come on.
So Clara said she was stunned and she just said, no.
No, I don't.
According to Alex Tanos, there were 7 spirits in the house.
Whoa.
Some much stronger than others. He said there was a man who had been stabbed to death on the property.
Dang.
A woman who was hanged by the pond out back.
Whoa.
A woman who was drowned. A man who had been beaten to death.
Holy shit.
A young girl of around 8 years old who had also been beaten to death.
Oh.
Which is awful.
Oh my God.
And then 2 other spirits who he said he just couldn't really get a read on. Like he couldn't figure out who they were or why they were there, but they were there. And one he described as an elderly woman whose death was recent. And Clara wondered if that was maybe the previous resident of the house who had died in the house at age 90.
Holy shit.
So he was like kind of onto something.
Yeah.
So he explained that over 100 years ago, before the house had even been built there was a general store and an inn on the property. And it was a regular stop along a popular stagecoach route.
Okay.
So he said the original owner knew nothing about the murders, but he believed somebody else used the space to find victims that they would rob and kill, like on the stagecoach stop. And he said they would sometimes hide their bodies in the crawl space under the stairs until he was able to bury them.
This is very Bloody Benders.
It is.
It's like coded, you know?
It is super. You're so right with that. So when Father Al showed medium Alex there, the crawl space, he said he, quote, saw bodies piled up like stacks of firewood.
What the fuck?
Which it's like, is that why they're stacking bricks?
Oh!
Like they just like to stack?
These love to stack.
They love piles?
Doesn't matter what it is. They
Bodies
just
or
love
bricks?
to stack.
Makes no diff.
That was it. That
Or
was
were they
the
trying
reason.
to like show like, this is what I do.
I stack.
This is my thing.
This is
And I could stack you.
This is kind of my thing.
I'm a stacker.
I'm kind of known for this.
I stay stacking.
He stays stacking.
I don't know.
That's fucked up.
So he managed to identify a lot of the spirits in the house, but Alex was visibly drained by the end of the night, and he said he needed to rest before he could go any further.
I mean, I don't blame him.
So he dipped, and he told them he'd be back soon to let them know how or if they even should proceed with anything.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Clara and Phil started to consider the options if he wasn't able to get rid of the ghosts in the house. The strange occurrences and annoyances that they experienced when they first moved in were one thing, but now in recent months, the ghost had actually gone after specific family members in ways that were very scary and unsettling.
Yeah.
But the problem was, like it is with so many other cases like this, they were living on a single income and they sunk all their money into this house because not only had they purchased the house, there was all these things that had gone wrong with it that had cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Over the past 3 years. So they didn't really have the money to move at that point.
It's not that easy.
So like, what the fuck do we do?
Damn.
So a few days after Alex visited the house, the mood and the air in the house felt better to Clara than it had in some time, and she was again optimistic about the future. But then, one afternoon in late October 1973, that all changed with a visit from a state trooper. That morning, Phil and Clara woke up early. They had gotten on, with some chores around the house. Mike had stayed with a friend the night before, and he said he would be home early the next morning to help with the chores. So his parents were really annoyed when late morning rolled around and he still hadn't returned. A few minutes after Clara came back from a trip into town, there was a knock at the door, and when she answered it, there was a New York State trooper standing there.
Oh, shit.
So he explained that Mike had actually been in a car accident about a mile down the road, and he'd been taken to the local hospital. And the doctors explained when they got there that Mike's injuries were pretty severe, and they actually wanted to transport him to Buffalo once he was stable enough to move.
Shit.
So as they drove to Olean Hospital a few miles away, Clara and Phil passed Mike's car, and they literally saw it like leaning against a tree on the side of the road.
Oh my God. That must have been horrific.
Yeah. As far as Clara could tell, it really didn't look too badly damaged though. So she was like, okay, like maybe he's not in that bad of shape. Like maybe they're making too big a deal out of this. But unfortunately, when they got to the hospital, she realized things were a lot more serious. Mike had suffered a head injury, and he was also bleeding internally from a torn spleen.
Holy shit.
Which is crazy when you think about the fact that they saw the car and they were like, oh, it's probably not that bad. But, that's
oh damn
awful. So they said they needed to operate as soon as they could to reduce the swelling, and that after they were done with the operation, he was going to have to be placed in a medical-induced coma to let his brain heal.
Oh my God.
Like this was pretty dire. So they gave their permission, obviously, and Mike was put under. So while they waited for him to come out of surgery, they were approached by another state trooper who wanted to know if either of them knew where Mike had been coming from and who was in the car with him. And they explained, like, he was probably on his way home and he must have been alone. And that caught the trooper off guard. Because according to the paramedics who brought Mike to the hospital, he kept saying there was somebody else in the car with him right before the crash. But they searched the area and they didn't find anybody.
What?
And like nobody had come to the hospital with
Yeah.
injuries from a car crash like that. So the trooper and paramedics were like, he has head trauma. Like it's probably some kind of injury that he thinks somebody was with him.
Yeah.
But to Clara, she took it as proof that whatever had been attacking them in the house had now managed to get Mike in the car.
Holy shit.
So it took several weeks before he came out of a coma. And when he did, he was suffering from temporary blindness,
Oh,
which is awful.
holy shit. He's really going through it.
He is. So eventually they were able to bring him home, and obviously they wanted him to rest and recuperate. But as soon as he was well enough, they said they were going to contact Father Alphonsus to do something about the haunting once and for all. So by the time Mike was starting to feel like himself again, had recovered mostly, it was early 1974. And the paranormal experiences had taken such a toll on the kids that Beth had actually started to see a specialist for stress-induced ulcers.
Oh my God.
Things were so bad she was getting ulcers.
Holy shit.
And to make matters worse, Bob Curran, a writer for the Buffalo News, had written a series of articles on Father Al and his work with the paranormal that ran in late February. And the article didn't name the Dandy family specifically or provide like super easy identifiable details, but a lot of the locals were savvy enough to know that they could point out some of the details, and they figured out that it was the Hinsdale House.
Oh shit.
So now they're being like attacked by the press, which is
like,
the
come
last
on.
thing they need.
Yeah.
Father Al had told the outlet, "I visit there a couple times a week and they're always glad to see me because nothing ever happens when I'm there."
Oh shit.
So the
Sounded
article,
like a read to me.
I know, right? The articles in the news kicked off a growing interest in the house, and with permission from the family, Father Al came to the house with Bob Curran and Bob's son, the reporter. Nobody experienced any ghostly happenings at that point in the house during the visit, but Bob's interviews with Father Al gave people a unique window to look into about just how taxing this whole thing had become and how defeated everybody was feeling. He told Curran, "I had hopes of helping the family, but there were so many problems. Then I was disappointed when Alex Tanos, the renowned psychic, reversed his course after making some definitive statements about 7 murders being committed here. I know the pressure on psychics, but I had hoped he'd help more than he did." So it sounds like he just never went back.
Wow.
Which is pretty...
tells you something.
Yeah, like, he was exhausted.
Yeah.
So Father Al was referring to the last time that Alex had been to the house. He tried to clear some of the ghosts, but by the end of the visit, he said he was so exhausted and he had to leave. And then later on, he called them and was like, "Yeah, I can't come back again. Like, there's nothing I can do for you."
Holy shit.
So they all hoped that the efforts of Father Al, Alex Tanos, and some of the other experts who had come in would finally get rid of the spirits haunting the house, or at least make it livable. But just a few weeks later, the activity started to ramp up again. And Clara and Phil were like, "We're out of ideas. We're completely defeated here."
Yeah.
By that time, Mike had recovered and he had joined the Navy, so he was out of the house. Beth had married her high school boyfriend, so she was out of the house. And now they really didn't need this big place anymore.
Yeah.
So that August, they put the house on the market, listing it at just $20,000.
Wow.
Which, remember, they bought it for like,
50?
I think it would have been today's 50.
Today?
Exactly. So by the time they listed the house, the news about the haunting had been spread far and wide in all the articles.
Man.
So there was no point in trying to hide it from anybody.
You might as well lean in at that point.
Well, and they did. 'Cause they actually even started getting calls from out-of-state news outlets who were interested in buying the house.
Oh, shit.
So by the end of October, Clara and Phil moved out. And without the kids or the ghosts to distract them, it seemed the problems in their marriage had returned. And this time it didn't seem like there was going to be room for resolution. So they ended up separating, and they did eventually get a divorce.
Oh.
In the years since the Dandy family moved out of the Hinsdale house, interest in the house and the story of the haunting has remained. People are super interested in this house.
Yeah.
Subsequent owners throughout the years have reported seeing super unusual things, hearing the screams that Clara heard. Like, this house is very much still active.
Yeah.
In 2011, it went up for sale, and it was listed as one of the nation's top 10 haunted houses.
Holy shit.
And in an article about the sale, the property agent told a reporter, "I'm in hopes that somebody who really respects and believes the paranormal will buy it and remodel it." But in the end, the house was purchased and turned into a haunted attraction that is still active to this day.
I kind of want to go.
We will be going there.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
Go. It's really not.
We could go.
It's like, yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's grab Sabrina and Corinne.
And go.
And we're going.
But that means we have to go in the woods too. Because, honey, the land.
Honey, the land. Honestly, we got to do it.
I love that the psychic was like, yeah, all this shit happened here. And like, I would love to come back and help you, but I can't. It's too exhausting.
Too much.
That's big for a psychic. And he was like
yeah.
renowned too. He's very highly respected in
He
this
said,
field.
honey, the house.
He said, honey, the tired.
Yeah, he said, absolutely not. Damn.
Yeah. For me, it's really the charred teenager and then
It
the
is for
filthy-haired
me.
girl.
The filthy-haired girl.
The filthy-haired girl takes the cake.
She's getting me. She's in the house. She's just walking around in her fucking flannel nightgown.
And she's just looking at people.
Something about that. Something about a flannel nightgown and filthy hair. I'm like, not only do you have filthy hair, but you're probably hot.
And well, maybe that's why your hair is so filthy, because you're so sweaty. A sweaty Betty.
Like, I can feel how hot you are
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel sick.
It makes me feel
I don't
yuckus.
like it.
And I don't like that you're just like looking in my mirror while I'm looking in
No,
my
I
mirror.
hate that.
That would freak me the fuck out.
No, I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
That's a fascinating and terrifying story.
it's a spooky one. And I love that
That's
it
a
really
really
had
good
no
one.
resolution whatsoever.
None.
My favorite thing is when there's a haunt and there's no resolution.
And they're just like, yeah, I don't know, it's still haunted.
like Alphonsus couldn't do anything. Alex couldn't really do
Nothing
anything.
slowed down. It was just like,
Yeah. The ghost said, I'm here to stay, bitch.
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. And we're going to go there.
Damn, we're going there.
So we hope you keep listening for when we do go there.
Yeah, and we hope you
Keep it weird. But as a weird that you're a ghost with filthy hair. Wash your hair in the afterlife.
Yeah.
God damn.
God damn.
You wouldn't take financial advice from a 72 hours in a single day alpha influencer, would you? Same goes if you're in a car accident or any accident. Who you choose matters. That's why Morgan & Morgan exists. They're the largest injury law firm in America, and they've built a reputation by actually winning cases, not just talking about it. Over 1,000 lawyers across all 50 states and $30 billion recovered. Injured? Go to forthepeople.com/podcast. That's forthepeople.com/podcast.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
We don't just alert, we stop crime before it starts. Simply Safe, plan starting around $1 a day. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplysafe.com/SXM or with promo code SXM.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.